People, welcome back to another preview on the channel. And yes, it's the second leg of the playoff matches in the Champions League. Now, the first leg of the playoff fixture saw some interesting results. Honestly, seeing the way Newcastle dismantled Karabakh, or the fact that Paris Saint-Germain came from a goal down to eventually winning the game, it was a whole lot of drama in the first leg. Now, the second leg is kicking off this Tuesday and Wednesday for us to know the final 8 teams that will make it to the round of 16. Now, let's just start off with the games happening on Tuesday. And one of them, obviously, is Newcastle hosting Karabakh. Now, when I look at this fixture, I think Newcastle have already advanced to the round of 16. The first leg ended in a 6-1 win for Newcastle. It was a dismantling of Karabakh. And it's quite disappointing because I felt like Karabakh looked like a very good team, but playing at home, it just seemed like they couldn't handle Newcastle. And now, all Newcastle has to do is probably just pick up a draw. And yeah, they are straight into the round of 16, so it should be an easy outing at St. James's Park for Newcastle. And then Inter Milan lost their first leg to Bodo Glimt. Now, should I say I'm disappointed? Absolutely, it's Bodo Glimt, but this Bodo Glimt team have shown that they are a team that can come up against big sides, and obviously that first leg showed exactly that. Winning that game 3-1, that was just beyond my expectation. And I felt that Inter had the quality of player, the experienced players to be able to get over the line against Bodo. Even though I felt like the fact that Bodo could actually beat Man City, then they had a chance. And don't forget that the first leg was at Bodo Glimt's home. So this time around, they'll be traveling all the way to San Siro to play Inter. Now, I expect that Bodo Glimt should be able to manage this game very well. Worst case, probably the game ends maybe in a 2-1 win for Inter, but obviously the fact that they already have 2-goal advantage from the first leg, that means Bodo Glimt will be going into the round of 16. But anything can happen. It's the Champions League. Inter might probably score 3-4 goals, and yeah, they're into the round of 16. So anything can happen, but I expect better from Inter this time around, that they are playing at home, and maybe they can get the 3 points that they need to, advance into the round of 16. And then Bayer Leverkusen did beat Olympiacos 2-0. Now, this second leg, I feel like is going to be another easy outing because Bayer Leverkusen are playing at home. So probably maybe they get a 1-0 win and that seals the game for them. But that 2-goal advantage that they have from the first leg, I think that is very, very good, especially for Bodo Glimt, for Bayer Leverkusen, sorry. And then they can get into the round of 16. And then the final game on Tuesday is Atletico Madrid against Club Brugge. Now, the first leg ended in a 3-3 draw. Now, that drama on that day, it was something else. Now, this time around, Atletico will be playing at the Metropolitano. They'll be playing at home. So maybe they would have that as an advantage to win the game. But honestly, I feel like it was a huge disappointment that they drew that game because they had more chances and they could have actually killed that game off at some point. But obviously, I think the defensive errors just showed on that day. And this time around, maybe they can do better defensively and maybe get 1 or 2 goals that can seal that win for them into the round of 16. But honestly, I think it's going to be a very, very difficult game. And I think that Club Brugge are ready for this match. So trust me, it's not going to be easy. But irrespectively, I still expect Atletico Madrid to get to the round of 16. And then on Wednesday, we have Atalanta host Borussia Dortmund. Now, don't forget that Borussia Dortmund in the first leg had a 2-0 win, with Guirassy obviously scoring in the first leg. And as I said in that game, Guirassy has been one of their best players, especially in the Champions League. And so I expect him to start also in this game And if Borussia Dortmund can just manage the game properly, maybe get a 1-0 win, and even if it ends in a draw, it's still to the advantage of Borussia Dortmund, because obviously they're traveling all the way to Bergamo to face Atalanta, but it is not going to be easy. It is absolutely not going to be easy. And then Juventus take on Galatasaray. Now, this game was a huge disappointment for me, especially for Juventus. Looking at the quality they have in Europe and European football, you don't lose a game like that. Yes, I agree that they were down to 10 men, but irrespectively, you should be able to manage the game. I usually feel like when you're down to 10 men, it makes it difficult for your opponent to score against you, because at that time you're looking to just defend and not concede anymore. But this time around, that wasn't the case. Osimhen had having a brace assist. He didn't score in that one, but he had a brace assist. And honestly, I think this time around, if there are no goals scored, Galatasaray are already into the round of 16, so I don't think there's much that they can do. But yeah, it's really disappointing that Juventus will not be playing in the round of 16. I actually think so, except if they beat Galatasaray 3-0 and they will still need extra time to get that winner, so it's still going to be really, really difficult. And then the next game, we'll definitely see Paris Saint-Germain face off AS Monaco. Now, as I said in the first, at the beginning of this video, that Paris Saint-Germain came from a goal down to winning that game 3-2. And it was a very, very close game. Drama was there. So definitely the second leg is also going to be an interesting one. I think this is the match I want to watch on Wednesday, because I think it's going to be really, really interesting. However, to the main game of the day is Real Madrid against Benfica. I'm sure we all remember what happened in the first fixture that took place in Portugal, right? All the drama with the racism and all that with Vinicius Junior. Yeah. Now this time around, Real Madrid will be playing they'll be playing the second leg at home at the Bernabeu, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. It's just a 1-0 win, so anything can still happen. Anything can actually happen. I feel like if Benfica is able to manage the game till probably the 60th minute and get that goal, they'll probably have to play maybe extra times and penalty. And if that's not the case, maybe Real Madrid gets another goal and seals the win and advances to the round of 16. But the truth is, I feel like the performances from Real Madrid, especially in the Champions League, have not been good. So they need to play better in this one. In fact, they said that goal, that one goal they had was because of the brilliance of Vinicius Junior. That coiler from outside the 18-yard box, it was exceptional. So that was the one thing they had. Mbappe lost a lot of chances. It was just ridiculous. Hopefully he gets it right in this game. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the games for the second leg of the playoffs in the Champions League. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. Also ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Please keep subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel to grow and it is absolutely free. Okay, ensure to put on your post notification button to get our latest video as they drop. Also follow us on all our social media platforms at _official FSH. And as I would always say, until the games are played and the results are in, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye.